So we're here at LB Distilleries tonight, and it's a Surviv Her celebration of cancer survivors in Saskatoon. It's being put on by our friend Amy Smith-Morris, and right now I'm next to two lovely people who are going to tell a little bit about the portrait that's in front of us. So would you care to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name's Alyssa. I am a 33-year-old cancer fighter here in Saskatoon.
Thank you, Alyssa. And this is...
I am Janelle Wallace. I'm always behind the camera.
Janelle is the podcast photographer, and it's so cool tonight because we're looking at a portrait right now of Alyssa. Who would like to describe the portrait?
You know what? Take it away, Alyssa.
All right. Janelle and I got connected to do this photo shoot, and we kind of had a chance to look at each other on Facebook and kind of get to know each other briefly, and then we're able to text back and forth. And Janelle really wanted to take a picture somewhere I was comfortable doing something that represented me. And horses have been a major part of my life since I was a little girl, and have been a significant part of my cancer journey in giving me something to keep things normal. Horses don't care if you have hair or not. They're just happy to be with you, and they bring me a lot of joy and happiness. So Janelle suggested we follow through with the horse shoot, and so that's what we did. And Henry, my counterpart in the photo, was a great distraction to keep us all relaxed and happy during the photo. So yeah.
Janelle, I've had the honor of working with you for like 2 years now, so I know how you're able to put people at ease. But what was it like working with Alyssa and Henry, the horse?
It was actually fantastic. It was probably one of the most fun shoots I've done in a while. It had been a while since I'd been around horses. So yeah, Alyssa, Henry, and I hit it off right away. We got to walk around the environment and just chat for a while and get to know each other, and I think that's kind of what ends up making a photo too, is just being able to kind of get to know each other first, and then camera kind of comes second. And you can see that with Alyssa in this photo. We're having a nice relaxed time.
Can one of you describe, because I'll post a photo, but can one of you describe just sort of like what's happening in this photo?
Yeah, so it's so Henry is sort of nuzzling into Alyssa's face. He's clearly trying to steal the show. And we kind of timed it right with the setting sun, and so it's kind of peeking through Henry's reins there, and or is that the right word? Halter. Yeah. It's a halter. And yeah, she's just looking right on the camera, and she looks lovely.
She does look lovely. Alyssa, when you saw this, like, it's one thing to see it like on a computer screen or your phone or whatever, but when you saw this, displayed tonight, what went through your mind?
A lot of things. It was, when I first walked through the door, it was the first thing I saw, so I wasn't expecting to see my face when I first walked through the door. But it was very powerful. Cancer takes a lot away from you. A lot of the way you feel about yourself, your body image, your self-confidence, a lot of that gets taken away. And this picture really brought a lot of that back tonight. So that was really fabulous.
Wow. So like that, talk about the power of a photo.
Unreal, the power of a photo. Now, in all honesty, I don't wake up like that every day. Janelle's a very good photographer, but it's really nice that we could pull something beautiful from such a tough situation. So,
well, what does it mean for both of you to be a part of tonight? Because there are so many people here tonight. Like, this is just awesome. What does it mean?
Yeah, I think just because photography is such a huge part of my life, a lot of my life revolves around that, getting to be in a space where you sort of see that contrast of, the empowered women in these photos, and the way the photographers were able to kind of capture that in a person, but contrasted also to the photo that each survivor has shared of themselves. It's a photo that means something to them, kind of right next to this empowering photo, and yeah, it's really touching, and I think it's just beautiful to be able to kind of tell a story through photos, such powerful stories through photos.
Alyssa, what does it mean to be a part of tonight?
I think it's a sense of community. Something you lose a lot. Cancer puts your life on hold, and part of that is you lose a lot of the communities that you're in, whether that's your work communities, sports communities. Surviv Her brings that sense of community back, and this event is just another way to solidify that. You walk in, and we've had these amazing photographers volunteer their time and their talent to help us feel more confident. And to turn it into a fundraising event is just phenomenal, and you can probably hear it around us right now. That's a lot of people here to provide support and love to a lot of people that need it, so it's great.
Thank you both for taking the time to speak with me, and yeah, the photo's just stunning, so thanks you guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Amy Morris, and I am the founder and president of the Survivor Foundation based here in Saskatoon.
And I am Kim Swatecki. I'm the connection coordinator for Surviv Her. So I get to figure out all the fun events for connecting all the survivors together.
What's going on tonight?
So tonight we're hosting our first ever Portraits of Survivors, which features a bunch of women in Saskatoon who have been diagnosed with cancer at some point in their lives. And we took those women and we paired them with different local photographers in Saskatoon. And what we got here is a portrait of each of those women. And to accompany that is a personal photo they submitted along with a piece of their story. So it's really a portrait showcasing the power that they kind of have now at whatever point they are in their treatment, along with a piece of that story to represent that.
And what are we looking at right now?
We're looking at my picture. So my portrait was done by Samantha Roberts. She's actually a good friend of mine. We've been good friends for years, and she's actually the one that took my personal photo too, but that was sort of like a little impromptu, just having a friend over, and I think that was the first time we actually caught up after I was diagnosed with cancer. So my personal photo is a picture of myself when I had lost my hair, but I had also been pregnant when I was diagnosed. So it's a picture of my son, who's about 5 or 6 months old, and he's just on my shoulders and just playing with my bald head and tickling me and having the best time of his life because he doesn't know any different, and the bald head is just his normal for his mom. And so that was just really powerful, because when I was going through my treatment, my biggest challenge during my treatment was figuring out how I balance being mom and being a cancer patient and going through treatment and having scans and transfusions and all of the cancer side of things while still trying to connect with my newborn baby. So being in those moments with my son really gave me the power, and he really helped settle me down when I was going through my treatments. I would even go so far as to think of him while they were doing my vitals every 4 hours in the hospital, just to bring my stats down if they were looking too high, and I could noticeably see them go down, and then I'd think of something else and they would start going up. So he had a definite calming effect on me, and just gave me that power to be mom.
So what amazes me, what you just said, was that incredible story comes from a photo. And what's really hitting home tonight is that there are photos all throughout this room that are eliciting those memories, and talk about the power of a photo.
Oh, it's so much just one snapshot, but it can tell so much. Even as I was writing this, I had to take 2 or 3 days to do my little 250-word write-up about this, because I had to work through so much, and it brought so many of those memories up, and I had to almost work through that all again, and there were tears. I was crying, and had to take a step away and come back the next night and redo it, and it was just so powerful just on my end. And I've had a few people come by and sort of touch base that I don't even know that said, I read your story, and it that was really powerful. So connecting with people that might not even have a cancer experience tonight, but giving them a glimpse that it's maybe not just what they see on TV.
Amy, what does it mean to you that there is a room full of people from all walks of life here who obviously have something in common, but they're like, the turnout tonight is amazing. I personally didn't know what to expect, and I walked in the doors and I was like, wow, this is amazing. What does this night mean to you?
Well, I think it just goes to show like Saskatoon and Saskatchewan really shine the best, right? And especially in situations like this. And that's why I'm always so happy to be from here. You know, it's funny, Eric, because when we first talked at our Chai and Chat, gosh, a very long time ago, you were at our Chai and Chat, and you said to Kim, what will be the definition, or what will it mean if, to you, if, like, what will it look like if Survivor, yes, how will you know Survivor has succeeded? Okay, and I think Kim thinks about that a lot.
Yeah, because I felt I was sort of like, oh my goodness, I didn't know we were getting into questions like this deep tonight.
It's like a job interview, Eric. but I think Kim thinks about it a lot, but I also think about it a lot. So I think about that when we're planning our events and when we're deciding our next move at Survivor. What does it mean to be, like, what does it mean for Survivor to be successful? What does that look like? And it looks a lot like tonight, having survivors come together and having their community rally around them. But it also looks like at Christmas time, we're just past the holidays, and you know, the survivors that I know Kim and I connected through Survivor, they were wishing each other a Merry Christmas, they were reaching out to each other, they're connecting on their own, and that is really, like, to me, the definition of success. Yeah.
I think that's what I said too. If they're getting together and they're finding their own ways to connect with somebody so that they have those supports outside of the typical support group, where they can just go and they can hang out, and if they need to just listen to one another or they just need to sit, then they've got that person that has that shared experience that they understand, and it doesn't have to be explaining every detail. It can just be, right now really sucks, and having somebody say, yeah, it does, I'm here with you.
If there is someone that is listening to this who maybe has never heard of Survivor before and wants to get involved, where do they go?
So our website is Surviv Her. So Surviv Her, just like it sounds with the HER at the end, .ca. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search the same thing, Surviv Her. And you know, you can always reach out to either Amy Morris or Kim Switecki. We're just on Facebook, just having profiles like everyone else. So reach out to us there too, and we're always happy to connect. And honestly, we're really happy to have opportunities like this, Eric, because after every interview that we do, just like this, we see people asking to join our group. So connecting with even more survivors.
I so admire the work that you two do, and yeah, because it was basically a year ago, I think, when I first came to the first Chai and Chat, and Kim, I put you on the spot, and I apologize for that. But I have to say too, when you were talking about your son, I got to meet your son at this year's Fan Expo, the Saskatchewan Entertainment Expo, and he was dressed as Captain America, I believe.
Yes.
And remember, he was so excited to go see like the snake exhibit or something like that, and it was just.
There's a dinosaur, and he had to go see the dinosaur, the animatronic dinosaur that they had or something, and oh gosh, yeah.
He's just awesome. Anyways, congratulations to the both of you on tonight, because this is just wonderful. So thank you.
Thanks for coming.